Hello, my name is Snowlight. This is my Warcraft University, a YouTube series intended to give new and mid-tier players simple concepts towards playing World of Warcraft at a higher level. In this video, we will discuss different kinds of endgame. At its core, Warcraft is an online game focused on playing with other players. In over 15 years, I've been privileged to meet other players from across the United States, Europe, Australia, and New Zealand, just to name a few. And many of these I would call friends. I've seen story after story of amazing communities coming together in real life for the first time, not just for conventions, but for important events like weddings, like even my own wedding, or to support each other after the passing of a guild member. While your community is not exactly a type of content, just being able to be with friends and like-minded people is one of the core reasons why Warcraft has continued to survive and grow, while similar games have not been sustainable. This is why I ask everyone at the end of every video to help make Warcraft fun for everyone. While there are exceptions, a friendly community is core to your enjoyment of the game, and the enjoyment of those you play with. So please keep this in mind as you consider what kind of content you're looking for. With that in mind, let's look at the different kinds of content. World of Warcraft is built on the concept of the hero factory. Your character is the hero, or at least one of many heroes, who will save the world from impending doom. The players have saved the world from elemental foes, cultists, the Lich King and his armies, some guys named Kael'thas and Sargeras, corrupted dragons, old gods, titans, legions of demons, alternate realities, and even a corrupted afterlife. There have even been jokes buried within quests about saving the world again. So why is this trope so successful despite being repeated again and again? Because it makes the player feel awesome when you overcome these hurdles, very heroic, and thus the term hero factory. This type of content, where you're going against big bad enemies in the game, is called PvE, or Player versus Environment. There are three variations on PvE content: solo, groups, and raids. Solo content, mostly world quests around the current content, can be done by yourself or with a friend or two. Dungeons take 5 people to complete with scaling difficulty depending on your skill and gear level. Raids are the most complicated and take groups of between 10 and 25 people, taking the most coordination of the most people all at once. If saving the world is your cup of tea, then try to find other PvE players and join in the fun. If PvE isn't your cup of tea, or you're looking for a change of pace, then perhaps some player versus player, or PvP gameplay is for you. At first, you'll want to start in Battlegrounds, groups of 10 or more players, versus an opposing team of the same size, and eventually moved into arenas grouped in parties of 2, 3, or 10 players. Of note, the gear you can acquire from PvP tends to be better for continued PvP performance, but is tuned to a lower level of gear for non-PvP content. But on the other side, it is chosen by the player and not subject, for the most part, to random luck or random loot tables like PvE. You play PvP, gain currency for PvP gear, and then purchase the item of your choice. If that sounds like something you'd enjoy, find some friends and get into Battlegrounds to see if you fall in love with this type of gameplay. Similar to PlayStation trophies or Xbox achievements, Warcraft has an achievement system to encourage players to get back to older content. These can run from very simple to obtain to extremely difficult to obtain, or even based on random luck for an item to drop. Similarly, the objectives for each achievement range between a wide variety of content, from raids to PvP to mount or pet collection to reputation gains to fishing. In addition, some achievements will reward you with a mount, pet, title for your character, and some achievement points, which you can show off to your friends. Whatever type of content you enjoy, there should be a number of achievements to pursue. If you've played the game for any amount of time, you will have noticed that nearly every character has a different looking set of equipment. While your character's looks do not have an impact on their ability to perform well in PvP or PvE content, it is definitely a core part of your connection as a player to your character in-game. By visiting a transmogrify character in a major city, or finding a friend with the mammoth mount, you can change your current equipment to look like any similar equipment you have obtained at any time in the past. Obtaining each appearance involves obtaining that piece from whatever content it dropped in normally, old or new content. To find where an item comes from, you can look in the Transmog Journal or the convenient website wowmogcompanion.com. Similar to transmog hunting, you can choose to work on your mount collection. While a number of these can be purchased from vendors, others are harder to find, either through completing achievements or random boss drops. You may enjoy running up your mount or pet collection. Indeed, some players take this to obsessive levels. So if this is for you, find someone who enjoys this as well and get to it. While most players stick around to socialize, I know of a player who spends as little time as possible interacting with others. Why? Because she plays Warcraft for one reason only: to make as much gold in-game as possible. She then uses this gold to buy pretty much whatever she wants, whether that be tokens for the Blizzard store or just very expensive mounts. While gold farming is often associated with offshore and unethical practices, there are a number of ways, ethically, to make money, like fishing. Yes, taking the time to gather the raw materials for raiding gear and consumables is quite lucrative, mostly because raiders consider it a waste of time. Crafting can also bring in the big bucks, especially with the new crafting system in Dragonflight, and multiplied around the start of an expansion. My only warning to you is that there are players and communities that will try to scam you for your gold, so make sure that you're using responsible in-game methods for making gold. We could continue to discuss each of these and even a few other types of endgame content expanded out into their own series. While we will focus heavily on raiding in this series, I want to know which other game modes you'd be interested in learning more about. So drop a like and a comment with your thoughts. The subscribe button and the bell are there so you can see when new videos come out if that is your desire. Please consider supporting us on Patreon, with added benefits like voting on upcoming videos, getting new videos a day early, and behind the scenes footage. You will be directly supporting the continued success of the series. As always, please be positive in your guilds and help make WoW a fun place for everyone to play. Goodbye for now.